like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel. I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost, I feel. I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal. I can't steer the wheel, cause this drive it kills. And it gives me chills. A nice road it feels. I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. Swear I won't forget this, why do I regret this? In my mind reckless, thoughts are feeling endless. Sitting up, I'm breathless, anxiety's infectious. I feel so defenseless, betrayed and embarrassed. I hate being open, I hate being broken. I feel like an ocean filled up with emotion. Anger ain't a potion, rub it on like lotion. I can feel it soaking, reopen, the scars have awoken. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. The pain makes it real. I don't wanna feel. I just wanna kill the bad thoughts and steal a good thought and feel. I'm just lost, I feel. I'm just lost to feel. I need time to heal. I can't steer the wheel, cause this drive it kills. And it gives me chills. A nice road it feels. I slip off the peel and crash all the steel. Will I ever heal? I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold. Cause I can't move on till I let go. I can't move on till I let go. I feel so lost, never at home. Need to be strong, every breath hold.
What's up? That was a quick fall from Grace there. What's up, everybody? Happy September. We are here in September. Seasons are getting started. Is everyone ready? Is everyone ready for that? Is that a Lions jersey? Yes, it is. Go Lions. I've got a fantasy football draft tonight. Another one. This one's in person, so I got to rep the one football jersey I have. Yeah. What happened to UONA? We are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Update on their accreditation stuff. We will get to chat about that. It's been a long couple years of back and forth with their accrediting agency and the Department of Education. We got an update a week or two ago. Chu is on time. Chu, you put UONA in the Twitter, everyone shows up. Dang. I would banter about the Lions, but they suck so bad. Yeah, come on. Kick us while we're down. Come on. I have learned how to cope with disappointment my entire life, and I have to thank the Lions for that. I saw this from your Discord, not Twitter. That's fair. Sweet. Well, I'm glad you're here, Chu. We rarely get to see you on time. Yeah. So the Lions, I did just get HBO Max for the Lions Hard Knocks series, but also House of the Dragon. I'm trying to get caught up on all that. Watching the Lions thing was pretty good. I'm working every time you start. I know it's kind of an inconvenient time for some people, but I also, like, if I go any later, we're going to go into matches and nobody wants to watch me when their team's playing. So we keep it here. Yeah. Tuesdays are just crazy for me anyway. So I might as well chalk the whole day. CST goes hard. That's fair. 4:00 for you all. You're still in the office. I feel like that's great. It's not like dinner time yet for you guys. Well, let's hop into this. I've got a match at 6:30, and then I've got a fantasy draft, so I got a long night ahead of me here. But first, I just saw this. This tweet came out about an hour ago from Corey at Psionics, who oversees and will have oversaw all of esports at Psionics, handles Rocket League. He put out a tweet. If you don't follow him, you can take a peek at it here. Well, it's time for a roster update. This Friday will be my last day at Psionics. Last 5.5 years have truly been life-changing. Goes on to thank some people and then announced that he will be a senior product manager at Amazon of Tech. Don't know what that means, but congratulations to Corey. What this means for Rocket League esports, especially in the collegiate scene, I have no idea. To my knowledge, Corey has had a big hand in, the hand, to my knowledge, in RLCS, CRL, all of that good stuff. So that will be very interesting, to say the least. Let's hop back over. It'll be interesting to see who takes his role, who will head up esports, and how that might change. DMs are showing. I saw that. I got a message from UONA. What a perfect timing. We'll talk about that. Leak time. We'll talk about that in my next section. Appreciate him reaching out. Yeah. Cool. So Corey, the big news, Psionics going to have a change in leadership for their esports. How that will impact Collegiate as well as the pro scene, we'll wait and see. I'm assuming it will impact it to an extent. Interesting to see that change. So wanted to call everyone's attention to that because that just dropped an hour ago. And I think that's pretty big news for esports in general, and it'll trickle down to Collegiate. You'd assume that any change in leadership wouldn't change anything drastic year one. But you never know. Warhood says, you mean there may be issues with the college that specifically only wants to recruit international students? Yep. Yeah, so that's that. Let's hop over to Generation Esports. Generation Esports Playfly announced last week What was that date? August 23rd? Is that really when it happened? Did we already talk about this? I don't think we already talked about this. Is this play versus part 2? Oh no, I accidentally banned Warhood. I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I didn't mean to ban you. I don't know if you can still watch. You're being silenced. Okay, you're back. All right, cool. I should have made you put in like an unban request, and we could have gone through it. It would have been good content. I don't think we've talked about this, although maybe we did. Maybe we did. But gosh, either way, no, let me read it first. There we go. September 1, this came out, past that, but basically I guess you guys probably already know. I can't even keep track of when this was announced at this point. Generation Esports and Playfly came together, and announced a partnership. Basically, Generation Esports will be running, boots on the ground, if you will, for the high school, associations that Playfly gets. Mainly at this point, it's Arizona, Washington State, and Louisiana. I believe there might be potential of some additional states being added to this. But a twit longer about how Antor is abusing me and how it affects things. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. I was trying to close a window and I accidentally pressed the ban, but I don't know, whatever. You can now say you're the first person to be banned from Antor's chat. Congratulations. But this was pretty big news. Standing alone, like on its own, it was pretty big news. It was interesting, in my opinion. I think I put a tweet out there. It's interesting that, in my opinion, Playfly's greatest strength, when we look at it from the collegiate standpoint and a star league, is their tournament operations. Their adminning is just phenomenal. I've been super impressed. It's interesting to see that they would give that part up, their strength up, in the high school scene. And what that means, it's a long-term, I mean, it's a positive or negative long-term play. It's definitely the more expensive part of this business, in my opinion. Staffing those tournament admins, and actually running those events can be expensive. But like I said, it's their greatest strength, in my opinion. And it's interesting to see that they give that up. There are rumors that there was potential money that was exchanged, but all of it's rumors. So I don't want to talk about it too much, but the rumor, I mean, I don't have any valid sources really. But the rumor was that money had exchanged hands from Generation Esports to Playfly. Kyber, thank you so much for the Prime sub. Take the Bezos money. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's the rumor. The rumor is that money exchanged hands in the direction of from Generation Esports to Playfly. Now, what makes it even crazier, what makes it even crazier, is that same week, some might say the same day. I'm not sure if it was the same day or not. But Generation Esports actually laid off a handful of their employees. There's also some salary reductions, according to some people who were talking to me. And that's just not a good look. And because of that, People's Esports.substack, James Fudge picked up the story, ran it as company announces new deal with Playfly, missing an L. Esports, it has laid off 15 to 20 people, according to a source. Not a good look. Not a good look. It's unfortunate. But yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I was making comments over July at the NACE convention that there was a lot of money flowing from Generation Esports, compared to what my assumption their revenue is. And that probably was not sustainable. That appears to have been the case, although the partnership with Playfly, is interesting. I believe we looked it up. Generation Esports has raised a lot of their funding is from venture capital money. And I think they've raised 29 million. So just under $30 million they've raised in 2 series rounds of funding. So there's some money there that they might trying to be using to invest. Warhead, thank you for the resub. Appreciate you. How many months I have to sub till I come on and talk shit? I mean, we can come on and talk whatever. We could talk about D1 esports. That'd be fun. I like to wait like a month or 2 more, and then let's have you on. I want to get your thoughts on how the D1 move was. I did not put this on the screen, but this is the article I've been reading on the Generation Esports. James Fudge, Playfly. I forgot that this was not on the screen, so I was talking about it, and you guys didn't even see it. So that's fun. But yeah, this is big news. This is really big news. The high school space, for the most part, has been nonprofits, NASEF, Generation Esports / High School Esports League, same company, and then Playfly just recently entered. And now you're seeing 2 of those come together, Playfly and Generation Esports. So that brings it back down to about 3 significant entities out there at this point. And where they go from here, I guess we'll see. It should be interesting. I was D1 already. Yeah, that's fair. All right, Power 5. I don't know what the distinction is. You do you. Yeah. So, Generation Esports, all that good stuff. Mason was in the chat the last week or a couple weeks ago. I don't remember what we were talking about then, but yeah, they always end up in my stream, or they always end up being on a topic of discussion. So that's exciting. I'm just going to read over this DM real quick before I hop into the next topic. All right. The topic y'all have been waiting for. Should we dive into this last one? Zero follower Andy sending me a message. No, I'm not responding to that. Sorry. Now let's skip it entirely. Okay. That's fine. What should we talk about, man? Should we talk about my Rocket League team playing Carl Leone's Oakland Rocket League team tonight? Whoever created the conferences for NACE put my Rocket League team in Florida with like all the Michigan schools, including Aquinas, bro. Yeah. What the heck? I thought it was a conflict of interest to complain about that and request that to be changed. But yeah, that was very odd. It's like all Michigan, Ohio schools, and then it's Florida Southern College. And it's someone's cruel joke. But it is what it is. We'll win it. We'll who else is in that one? Oakland, Aquinas, Kettering, Cincinnati, so Chris Postel, and then Florida Southern College. Nice. How was your weekend at Disney? It was good. We went to Magic Kingdom. It was good. I don't know if I'll go back to Magic Kingdom in a while. I want to try out. I want to go see Animal Kingdom, and I want to go see Hollywood Studios, where Star Wars stuff is. But Magic Kingdom was good. I got to go as like a chaperone for a school trip, which wasn't really chaperone. It was just like I rode on the bus there, and then I got to do my own thing, and then I left. I've not been to Epcot either. Yes, Doug, not just inside the ball. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, Epcot. Have not been to Epcot either, obviously. My thoughts on what Epcot was was incorrect. You can go see my tweet. My wife informed me that Epcot was not. I thought the entirety of the Epcot park was in that ball. And I thought that because when I was 5 and went to Disney, my parents pointed at said ball from far away and said, "That's Epcot." Like, okay. And then my entire life, I thought the entirety of the Epcot park or whatever it was in that ball. And people would say like, "Oh, I'm going to all these restaurants around the world at Epcot." And I'm like, how many restaurants can they fit in that thing? It's not that big. But joke's on me. I was wrong, and my wife has never laughed so hard. So that was fun. Talking about my draft strategies for tonight. I'm just going to pick good players. That's prioritize Lions players if I can get them at a value, but really it's just picking up the best players. I don't even know if it's a PPR league or not. Like, we're just going to show up and they're going to tell me. So that'll be good. It's for the narrative content. Yep. That's even worse when we put Florida State in a different region from the other Florida schools in CCL. Yeah, it is pretty bad. I'm not going to lie. I thought the same thing. Still no idea what Epcot is aside from the ball. Yeah, exactly. Makes sense to me. Who is your number one pick? I don't even know what the draft order is. I don't know if they've even established that. Let's look it up. Let's see if they've even established that. It's in 2 hours. I do not see draft order. I don't think it has been established. Yeah, I don't know. Draft info. Will be randomized before the draft. Note that alter draft order. Yeah, nothing. Okay, great. So I have no idea. Always, what up? First time chatter. How do you keep esports subs involved? They are important to have, but almost never used. I always usually aim to have 2 full rosters so that they can practice on their own. If I have subs and I don't have a full second roster, usually sometimes I'll try to circle them in like a practice a week or 2, like cycle them in. If not, they usually aren't very involved. And I don't know how to fix that. So I'm with that. I'm with you on that question, and I don't know the exact answer yet. If anyone has any ideas, it's also going to vary on the game. Like a game like Rocket League is a lot easier to cycle players in and out. But a game like League of Legends is just really difficult. You can have a kid sit and practice and do solo queue or drills or VOD viewing or whatever. It's just, or watching the scrim. It's just not very conducive. So if you've got ideas, definitely share them. I have that same problem. Find them a purpose in other areas in program content, streaming, production, analyst work. Absolutely. That's a big one, actually. Yeah. If you've got like 1 or 2 subs, like you need 1 or 2 casters. Check. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I've definitely done that. That is for sure. All right, let's talk about I made my old support coach. There you go. That works too. If they're a high-ranked player. Let's talk about UONA's accreditation. All right, so currently the University of North America, they have esports now. They are accredited through a accrediting agency called the Accrediting Council for Independent Colleges and Schools, ACICS. That has been an organization that's gone back and forth with the Department of Education on being recognized and fighting back and forth with them for quite a few years. And this August, we got an update that the Department of Education is not going to be recognizing this accrediting agency as official. And what that means basically is that school or all those schools will not have access to federal financial aid. So students will not be able to get loans, Pell Grants, things of that sort. What the Department of Education has said is that these schools who are accredited by this agency have about 18 months where they can still receive federal grant money, but they need to find a new accreditation agency to be accredited through. And that is a development that just came out August 19th. So a couple weeks ago. I can show you this. There's a couple different press releases. This one, the U.S. Department of Education terminates federal recognition of ACICS, enhances federal aid program participation requirements for those accredited colleges. Evolve FPS, what up? This doesn't affect their international students. I believe they have a different accreditation. That might be true. It affects, to my knowledge, like what it affects is federal student aid. Now, if there is a degree or some type of license or certification where you need to have a degree from a accredited institution recognized by the Department of Education, that would also be affected here. But beyond that, like, nothing really changes. And I mean, it's very significant, and it's important. But it's interesting because this has been an ongoing issue for quite some time. And what's interesting also is that, from what I have been told, is like some of these decisions on some of these accrediting agencies can ebb and flow with what party is running or in charge in Washington. So like whoever is the president, like their party can pick and then get accepted the education secretary, and that person oversees this whole process. So it could be a problem this year, and then if there's a new change in the politics in Washington, they could be accepted after. And it's very odd that way. If they're so they can play. If I was on an international F1 visa, as long as they are considered full time, they can stay. That is the bigger thing. So are they accredited or not? So technically, the school is accredited, but the agency in which they're accredited through is no longer recognized by the Department of Education. So they're just not recognized as an accrediting agency. So are they accredited? Yes, but they're accredited through an accreditation group that is not recognized by the Department of Education anymore. NACE, can they play? Yeah, I mean, right now, NACE is, I don't think there's any groups that would make them ineligible or unable to play. Yes. So even if there was that stipulation somewhere, all of these schools have 18 months still. They should be able to, question mark. You have to be U.S. Department backed, play in Blizzard, CLOL, and CVAL. That's interesting. I didn't know if I've seen that. I have seen language about accredited institutions, but technically this school is still accredited. Now, if there's a stipulation about the U.S. Department of Education recognizing that accreditation, then yes, that would be a problem for them. They have 18 months, to my knowledge, from August 19th. So here it is right here. Although is no longer nationally recognized accrediting agency, the department will provisionally certify accredited institutions for continued participation for up to 18 months from today, the date of the deputy secretary's final decision. So they have 18 months from today, or from August 19. No, you have to be accredited by a U.S. Department of Accreditor to play. I'm interested, because I have not seen that anywhere. It's something I wanted added into the NACE bylaws, but it has not yet. In Blizzard, it's in the rules. I am going to pull up the rules, and we can take a peek-see. Of course, they don't have the CVAL rules anywhere. Easy. Valorant season. Nope. Let's go to LOL. Registration format. I had someone come into my office, so I didn't hear if you saw this comment, but one issue I foresee is that any credits or classes that an esports player takes at this school may not be qualified to transfer, so if a student tries to transfer, they'd be starting off. That is very well could be a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. For that, you'd have to ask more academic folks, and it would probably vary by institution as well. Why is it so hard to find the rules? It is so hard to find the rules anywhere. Bro. There's not like a rules page, which is so dumb. I guess I could just see low Battlefy maybe. I linked them above, but I think it got hidden. Yeah, URLs don't work in my chat. You can definitely Discord them to me if you would like. Dude, why is it so hard to find the freaking rules? I know it's in here. It's in the news. One of these news is... can we all just agree Adam smells like bacon and makes a new car smell? Yeah. Hey, there are worse things I could smell of. There's not even like... Dude, what? Bro. All right, I got some messages. Blizzard has it. It's page 3. What page is this? I can't even think clearly right now for some reason. Page 3. What did you say? Page 3, section D. Currently enrolled of higher grants associate either is located and is credited by an accreditor as recognized by the secretary. All right, so Blizzard has it. Nice. Okay. So Blizzard has it. I did advising for 3 years that I'm calling this from. It looks like I showed up just in time. Linked above, blah, blah, blah. I can blah, blah, blah. However, the thing that may be smart is that it's still accredited internationally, if I recall. So international students can still... Please shared major changes. Like, why? I don't think the rules for CLOL, the announcement, is even online anymore. You think it's in the Discord? Let's see if it's in the Discord. Fall warm up, registration. Are there any creditors currently operating that are not U.S. Department recognized? I don't know. Oh, all right. Coming in clutch. Huge clutch here, Aaron. List of accredited United States institutions can be found on the list of the website. All right, so they have it as well. I do remember seeing this now that I think about it. I remember seeing this. I don't need a zip file. What? Bro, what? Oh my gosh. U.S. Department of Education accredited schools. I do remember looking at this and it not saying anything useful. So it says accreditor no longer recognized. Will this affect Blizzard? Or will this affect their ability to compete? I don't know. It'll really depend on each individual one. Technically, they have 18 months, but on that website, it just says no longer accredited. So that'll be interesting. I would think that they would get that 18 months, but I'm sure there's some coaches who will fight that tooth and nail. I did get a DM from Max, who is their director. Looks like he says, I'm not actively recruiting for UONA till they get their accreditation sorted and all kids have been informed of the status. The guys are coming that are coming are aware and just happy to be in the US, ultimately enabling them to find a great deal of success here in Collegiate. I've helped about 8 total students transfer out to new programs for higher scholarships, including Fisher and such. Most guys are on full rides, and the issue is most schools don't view our kids as full ride players. So I'm hoping after the fall, other schools view them more highly so I can help them transfer without taking on significant debt. Yeah, so that's just a lot. Yeah, so it's a lot. It's unfortunate. I did, this was a link off of the original press release. It was like, what does this mean for me if I'm a student? It's the federal student loans and grants, the federal aid. It's an important signal, seal of approval. Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Like, this is not something that happens just all the time. It's definitely a development in the story. I didn't recognize any of the other schools that are accredited by that agency. I looked, and I don't think any of them, to my knowledge, are involved in esports except UONA. Biden has generally been cracking down on questionable schools. Yeah, like I said earlier, it's kind of a political thing. Like, these schools didn't have problems when Trump was president. Now they're having problems. They had problems when Obama was president. Now they're having problems with Biden. And it can kind of shoot back and forth depending on who's in charge. And that's kind of weird. No matter where you kind of fall on the aisle, it just doesn't make sense to kind of play with some of these students' educations and loans and debts and plans on a 4-year rotating schedule. Yeah. So it's very odd. Papa asking about other accreditors. Is this the only one? It's the only one I know that's gone back and forth. Yeah. I know the accrediting agency for Bay State, I think has had some problems, but more of that was the accrediting agency having problems with Bay State specifically. And that also goes with Full Sail. I believe Full Sail's accrediting agency has had some problems with their with them in the past, and they're on probation or something. I'm not totally certain on the whole process of accreditation. I've gone through it, but I've never really been involved. So I don't know how common those types of warnings and those types of probations are. They might be more common than I'd think. Part of loan forgiveness has included full forgiveness for a ton of scam schools like Corinth colleges. Yes, it has. It's just something I think it's interesting. It's good to be aware of. I think it's something to learn more about. And I think it's also something that, like, we as a group or as a industry or as directors at our schools are going to have to, like, be aware of and decide what leagues we're going to compete in based on the types of schools that are involved. It's up to your institution and you personally, but I think it's something to just be aware of. And it also depends on, like, what your, I don't know. It's unfortunate. I mean, like, hopefully this students don't have to deal with this stuff, but it's a reality, I guess. So, yeah, so that's it. Kind of UONA has 18 months to figure out a new accrediting agency, or else they'll lose their federal funding and their recognition fully from the Department of Education. What other accrediting agencies are out there for that type of school? No idea. I'm assuming the accrediting agency that Full Sail's under would probably be a good one. I think it's something about something like independent school, something Full Sail accreditation. Because I think that accrediting agency does a lot of those schools with non-traditional things. It's called Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges, the ACCSC. So there are other accrediting agencies that are options here. It's just, they have 18 months. List of recognized. Oh, yeah. You can Wikipedia this. Thank you, Son of Paint, for sending this to me. But you can look up the list of accrediting agencies that the Department of Education recognizes. Did they already take out the other one? I guess so. Or maybe it's somewhere in there. They haven't changed it. I don't know yet. But yeah, you can look up there's a lot of different accrediting agencies. All of these are accrediting agencies for different things. Oh yeah, they've already been moved to the unrecognized list. Recognized list of unrecognized. Yeah, right there. Yeah, so that's fun stuff. It's real exciting stuff. Hello, Light. What's up? What's up? Wikipedia, more like Wikipedia with that fast update. Yeah. That hits my list of things to be updated for this week. Anything I missed? I hope to be recognized by the Antor accrediting agency. I don't want to do that. No. I don't. No. No. You can accredit yourself. I am not. Guys, I'm going to put out what if I make like online courses and then quiz you at the end. And if you get it, you pay to take the test. And then if you pass, you get a printed out certificate of sorts, you know? That could be the accredited certificate by the Antor accrediting agency. An esports yes, exactly, an esports certificate. Wow, that's a great. Wow, maybe I should do that. Let's do it. Does anybody else want to sign up to be kind of an advisor? We'll put your photo on a site with the announcement, like these people certify that this certification is valid. You know. And I don't know, maybe we charge like $400. Is that a good start? 400? Or is that too cheap? Because, I mean, you don't want to just give it away for free. 500. Okay, 500. Do I hear 6? Are minors able to participate? I mean, whoever wants to pay can participate. All right, we don't. Money's money, you know? Money's money. The Antor Esports Conference accreditation. Oh, shoot. Oh my gosh, there are no restrictions on who can do it. Exactly. Whoever wants to can be more than welcome to do it. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Maybe I'll look into that. If a minor could be an advisor. Oh, gotcha. No, I'm definitely not doing that certificate. Nope. Isn't that what NASEF just announced? Did NASEF announce it? I just saw Washington's High School Esports League just announced a coaching certificate, I think. Nasef did just announce something with Skillshot, I believe. And it's like $500. I have not taken it, although I'm interested. That was a while back. Wisconsin's high school league just announced one yesterday. It's like $25, I think. And it's from the tweet, it sounded like it was just like recordings from their last conference. Yeah, that's the standard. Excuse me. That's the standard for high school sports. Yeah. Yeah. 25 is much more doable than 500. Just saying. Yeah. Naystar League does start tonight. We got a busy night for Naystar League. We got Rocket League is playing tonight instead of Mondays because Labor Day was yesterday. Some kind of coaching required for head coaches. You pay $25 or $50. Interesting. Interesting. Got a couple people here. What's up with let's see. I love how I get a message from someone saying, "What's up with UONA's accreditation?" Bro, it's watch the show. Oh my gosh. Bruh. Oh, people. They're getting it for free without even working for it. Any thoughts about State Plugged In? Some people love them. Tuesday, 5 p.m. EST. Some people love Stay Plugged In. I think they're good people. We've got one student this year from them, which was awesome. Yeah, they're good people to work with. Yeah, I think they're good people. They haven't been as valuable to me, like valuable enough for me to be like 100% cheerleaders, you know, but they're good people from my experience. I want to say that I think the concept is amazing for the people who are great, but it's not quite huddle for traditional sports, at least not yet. It obviously takes time to set up everything, develop something. Yeah, for sure. Newer group, newer everything. But yeah, I don't know if there's anyone that I know of that's like I totally 100% dislike them, but I'm more on the neutral to slightly positive, and then there's some people who are like die hard fans, and I'm not in that boat. I would love to be able to see something set up with state esports programs and spin. Yeah, my concern, and this is going to be pretty broad at this point, is like with some of these companies that are for profit, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just their priorities can shift quickly, and they can change or just like really go all in on something if they see a way to make money from it. And in esports, that has not always been the greatest experience for students and players. That's what I would say. I'm not against for-profit companies. I just I don't like when they exploit students, and there's a fine line there. And it's an esports industry problem, in my opinion. At least the ones that are endemic to esports. Yeah. I just heard the thing that colleges wish they could see people's profiles because they pay hundreds of dollars a year, but they can't see anything if the player doesn't have a premium version. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. That is like one of my biggest gripes, and has been since they first launched that, is that they charge students and schools, and if one of them pays, they can do like, if a student pays, they can see schools and say, hey, I'm interested in that school. And that school will get an email saying, hey, you have a kid who's interested. We won't tell you who, but there's a kid who's interested, or who has sent you a message. And as a school, you can't see who that is or what the message is. So this kid might be sitting there thinking they're waiting on a message from you, and you have no way to see it unless if you pay whatever the cost is. And that for me is really frustrating. It's like Tinder showing likes. Yeah, it's very exploitative in my opinion. Like I'd rather see them charge one or the other. Like I'd rather schools pay um for premium features, but like for me, like the ability to see who messaged you is a basic feature in most instances. Like if you can't figure out, like there should be a more premium option. And the same thing goes with students. Like if a school says they're interested in a student and the student hasn't paid, they'll get a message, which in my opinion is pretty exploitative on like the emotions of teenagers. Be like, oh, someone likes me or wants to talk to me. Mom, dad, I need to pay this. And I don't think it was like crazy expensive, but the model just doesn't make me feel great. I sent over a couple more notes about what caused ACIC to lose accreditation. Did a bit of reading on it. Hey, that's awesome. Appreciate that. I'll pop it up. I talked to a group doing the same thing as them on the recruiting front, but free for students. Sounds like it was still paid for colleges, though. I'm not opposed to paying as a college. Like, if it's a service that's bringing value, like, let's do it. I'd pay for that. The problem, in my opinion, is like you're double dipping and exploiting the student, in my opinion. And that's just not necessary. I don't know. There's literally a traditional sports recruiting app that is Tinder. You swipe on recruits and they swipe on schools. That's so odd. I mean, makes sense. Do they charge both the school and the student in order to see who they match with? Charging students isn't the way, in my opinion. I'd rather them just charge schools. I would gladly pay more. Yeah, I would pay more too. Like I'd pay more if they weren't charging kids. Wait, have you not seen the skits with that? The guy who is sponsored by them is hilarious. It's called the Air app. Oh, I have not seen this. I will have to look it up. This sounds like such a double-edged sword. Imagine just getting constantly rejected every swipe. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like they send a message, and I don't think it's someone liked your school. I think it's they sent a message to your school. Actually, I can probably pull up the email I got from them when they first launched this. Stay plugged in. Yeah, I got it. Although this one says the student's name. This one says the student's name. Let's go. Maybe they changed it. I think they changed it. Yeah, it says names now. What? Yeah, why is I don't. I'm just personally paying a month for premium instead of the year on recruiting events, so I get the most out of my money. Yeah, that's probably good play. I don't. My argument is like, do you really need a platform like this? Like, there are schools who need bodies. I can't find it. These messages have the student's name in them, which I think is an update. Because I had a long email with them about this what they had going on. I was not a fan. Is it just not in this email? I don't know. I don't know where it is. Maybe I'm just not seeing it for some reason. I can't find it. It was somewhere. Maybe I'll find it later. So I agree it sucks to get rejected, but it is also reject for some students, especially in traditional sports, has more cutthroat than esports. If you're not, that sounds like a double-edged sword, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm just personally paying. Yeah. And vice versa if you're the guy. You get treated like that. It's interesting. I mean, yeah. I don't know. That Tinder, but for esports is a bit odd. Just doesn't tell you enough either. I don't know. All right. Well, that's it for today. I have a Rocket League match for Nace in 40 minutes, so I got to go prep for that. For $3, I'll play for your team. How about $3 plus tuition? You let me know, Doug. Thanks, everybody, for stopping by. I will let you guys go. Have a good evening. Good luck this week as some competitions get started. Remember, you get +1 win if you win it 3v2. Oh, yeah, do you? Interesting. Okay, well, let me talk to Carl at Oakland and see the situation there. We have to find someone to raid, or we don't. Everyone must be working. All right. Well, I don't see anyone online that we haven't raided before that I'd want to raid. So I'm just going to let you guys go for this evening. Have a good week. Thank you. Already had your mandatory scheduled, of course. All right. Good luck, everybody. Have a good rest of the week and good luck. Peace.